All right, did some load testing and I have some results here and I wanted to share that with anyone who's interested. Two different loads, 43 grains and 43.3 grains. So which one's better? We got 0.547 group and 0.540. Probably could have been closer to the same actually than that. This one up here has 50.8 extreme spread, 16.5 SD, and this one is an ES of 30 and 10.9. So which one's better? It looks like this one is. So before we jump to that conclusion though and kind of see why sample size matters, here is the next group. 0.619, 0.246. The ESs are better up here and SD is better. So yeah, there's 10 shots comparison. What does 15 shots show us? Well, we're a little closer to being the same. You can see the SDs there in numbers. Group sizes are pretty close. SDs are pretty close. ES is a little farther apart, which on a small sample size like this, ES is actually better to go with. It's a little more, it's a little bit better representation. So then if we go over to the shots 15 through 20, you can see here they kind of diverge a little bit, but we got an ES of 32, an ES SD of 10, and then this is 14.5 ES and 5.3. So this looks better, but our average group size is 0.364 and 0.495. So maybe at that point we want to say, yeah, this one's better. But if you go to the averages, the average SD is only 0.4 difference. So how do we decide at this point? So how do we decide? It's you really can't at this point, I don't think. Going back to the average group size, I don't think that's a very good way to do it, because when you do a composite or lay the groups over each other, or if you did one 20-shot group, you end up with this. So here's the two loads, 43.0 and 43.3. They come out to basically the same size. It's hard to measure that accurately, completely accurate. There could be a 10th difference or something. But it still gives us a good idea that laying it over, a 20-shot group is way different than a 5-shot group, and it's even different, quite a bit different than doing the averages. So at this point, it seems like the 43 is better, but I think, doing some, 10 more shots probably of each would probably get us closer to where we are able to make a decision. And then, I'm going to do some seeding depth tests at this point and see what happens there. So anyways, I just want to share what I saw here, what I'm seeing with my groups and testing and everything, in hopes that, for anybody else who wants to really find out what shoots better, maybe this will help them out with their procedures. Thanks a lot.